Chapter 8: The Fruition of the Movement, Challenges and Triumphs. The global movement inspired by the Atlantean wisdom had reached a stage of significant growth and development. The pilot projects initiated after the summit were bearing fruit, but they also brought to light new challenges that needed to be addressed. In the energy sector, the crystal-based energy capture devices, a cornerstone of the Atlantean-inspired energy systems, were showing remarkable efficiency in some regions but faced setbacks in others. In areas with extreme weather conditions, such as the frigid Arctic and the sweltering deserts, the devices had to be adapted. A team of engineers and scientists, led by Dr. Amelia Thompson, was dispatched to the Arctic. The goal was to modify the crystal-based energy capture devices to function optimally in the freezing temperatures. The cold is causing the crystals to become brittle, Dr. Thompson reported. We need to find a way to reinforce them without sacrificing their energy capturing properties. The team worked tirelessly, experimenting with different materials to coat the crystals. They tested synthetic polymers and natural substances, looking for the perfect solution. After weeks of research, they discovered that a thin layer of a special resin derived from a rare Arctic plant could strengthen the crystals. This resin not only protected the crystals from the cold but also enhanced their ability to capture energy from the sparse sunlight available in the region. Meanwhile, in the deserts, the intense heat and sandstorms were taking a toll on the devices. Another team, led by Dr. Raj Patel, was on the ground to solve these problems. The sand is abrasive, and it's getting into the delicate components of the devices, Dr. Patel said. And the heat is causing overheating issues. His team developed a dual-layer protective casing for the energy capture devices. The outer layer was made of a heat-resistant and sand-repellent composite material, while the inner layer was designed to dissipate heat efficiently. These modifications ensured that the devices could operate smoothly in the harsh desert environment. In the agricultural domain, the Atlantean-inspired farming methods were transforming landscapes, but there were challenges related to scalability. While small-scale farmers were reaping the benefits of increased yields and reduced reliance on chemicals, large-scale commercial farms faced difficulties in adopting these methods wholesale. A group of agricultural experts, including Dr. Maria Gonzalez, was tasked with finding solutions. Large-scale farms have different requirements, Dr. Gonzalez explained. They need mechanized processes that are still in line with the Atlantean principles of sustainability. The experts developed a set of guidelines for large-scale organic farming based on Atlantean concepts. They introduced the use of automated, solar-powered machinery for tasks like plowing and harvesting. These machines were designed to have a minimal impact on the soil, following the Atlantean emphasis on soil conservation. They also proposed a system of crop rotation and intercropping that was suitable for large-scale operations, maximizing land use efficiency while maintaining ecological balance. The educational programs, which were crucial for spreading the Atlantean wisdom, also faced some hurdles. There was a lack of standardized curricula, and in some regions, there was resistance to incorporating new ideas into the existing educational systems. Elara, along with a team of educators, worked on developing a comprehensive and adaptable curriculum. We need to make the Atlantean wisdom accessible and relevant to students of all ages and backgrounds, she said. They created a modular curriculum that could be customized for different educational levels and cultural contexts. The curriculum included interactive elements, such as virtual reality experiences of Atlantean-inspired landscapes and hands-on experiments related to sustainable energy and agriculture. To overcome the resistance, Elara and her team engaged in dialogue with education policymakers, highlighting the long-term benefits of integrating the Atlantean wisdom into the curriculum, such as, despite these challenges, there were numerous triumphs. In a small island nation in the Pacific, the implementation of Atlantean-inspired energy and waste management systems had transformed the island into a sustainable paradise. The Icelanders had built a network of crystal-based energy capture devices that provided clean, renewable energy for all their needs. They also adopted Atlantean-inspired waste management techniques, which involved converting organic waste into nutrient-rich soil for their gardens. In a large urban area in Europe, the integration of Atlantean-inspired urban planning principles had led to the creation of more livable and sustainable cities. The cities had expanded green spaces, implemented energy-efficient building codes, and developed a comprehensive public transportation system that was powered by a combination of solar and Atlantean-inspired energy sources. The cultural exchange programs, which aimed to integrate the Atlantean wisdom into different cultures, were also a success. In a traditional community in Africa, the elders had initially been skeptical about the new ideas. But through the cultural exchange programs, they saw how the Atlantean respect for nature and community values could enhance their own cultural practices. They incorporated Atlantean-inspired elements into their traditional festivals, creating a unique blend of old and new. The Global Research Consortium, established after the summit, was making significant progress in understanding the scientific principles behind the Atlantean wisdom. Scientists were conducting research on the mysterious energy flow patterns described in the Atlantean scrolls. They were using advanced technologies, such as quantum sensors and high-resolution microscopy, to study the behavior of the crystals used in the energy capture devices. One of the most exciting discoveries was made by a team of physicists in Asia. They found that the crystals used in the Atlantean-inspired energy capture devices had unique quantum mechanical properties. These properties allowed the crystals to interact with cosmic energy in a way that was previously unknown to modern science. This discovery not only deepened the understanding of the Atlantean energy systems but also opened up new avenues for research in the field of quantum energy. As the movement continued to grow, Elara faced new challenges on the political front. Some countries were starting to use the Atlantean-inspired technologies as a tool for geopolitical gain. They were hoarding resources and knowledge, trying to gain an edge over other nations. Elara, along with a group of international diplomats and experts, worked on developing a set of international regulations. We need to ensure that the Atlantean wisdom is used for the common good of humanity, she said. These technologies should not be a source of conflict but a means of promoting global cooperation. The proposed regulations included provisions for the equitable distribution of resources, the sharing of research findings, and the prevention of monopolization of Atlantean-inspired technologies. These regulations were presented at an international summit, where they were debated and refined. Back in the village, the residents were celebrating the success of the movement. The village had become a symbol of the power of the Atlantean wisdom. It was a place where people from all over the world came to learn, collaborate, and be inspired. Elara, standing in the middle of the village square, looked around at the happy faces. She thought about the long journey that had brought them to this point. "We've faced so many challenges," she said to the villagers, "but we've overcome them together. And there are still more challenges ahead, but I know we can face them with the same spirit of unity and determination." As the sun set over the village, casting a warm glow over the landscape, Elara knew that the movement was at a critical juncture. The successes were many, but the challenges were also significant. She was determined to ensure that the Atlantean wisdom continued to spread, bringing about a more sustainable, harmonious, and just world. With Lumos by her side, she looked towards the future, ready to face whatever came her way. The movement had come a long way from the discovery of the Forgotten Library of Atlantis. It had evolved from a small-scale effort in a remote village to a global phenomenon. And as it continued to grow, Elara was confident that the Atlantean wisdom would leave an indelible mark on the history of humanity, guiding the world towards a future of peace, prosperity, and environmental stewardship. Chapter 9: The Final Frontiers, Consolidating the Atlantean Vision. The global movement inspired by the Atlantean wisdom was at a crossroads of further expansion and consolidation. With the numerous triumphs and challenges in various sectors, Elara and her allies were determined to solidify the foundation laid so far and push the boundaries of what the Atlantean knowledge could achieve. The international regulations proposed to prevent the misuse of Atlantean-inspired technologies for geopolitical gain were gradually being adopted by more countries. However, the process was slow, with some nations still hesitant to fully commit. Elara, along with a team of diplomats and advocates, embarked on a series of international tours to convince these hold-out countries. In one such country, a large and powerful nation with significant influence in global affairs, Elara met with high-ranking government officials. The officials were concerned about losing their technological edge if they adhered to the proposed regulations. Ms. Elara, said a stern-faced minister, "We have invested a great deal in developing our own versions of these technologies. We're worried that these regulations will put us at a disadvantage." Elara nodded, understanding their concerns. "Sir, the regulations are not about restricting your progress but about ensuring a level playing field for all. The Atlantean wisdom is a gift to humanity, and when shared equitably, it can lead to greater global cooperation and progress. By hoarding the technology, you not only deny others the benefits but also limit the potential for further innovation that can come from a global collaborative effort." After hours of in-depth discussions, the officials began to see the merit in Elara's arguments. They agreed to consider ratifying the regulations, pending some minor modifications to address their specific concerns. This was a small but significant victory for Elara and the movement. Meanwhile, in the scientific community, the discovery of the unique quantum mechanical properties of the crystals used in Atlantean-inspired energy capture devices had opened up new research directions. Scientists around the world were collaborating to develop new applications based on this discovery. A team of researchers in Europe was working on creating a new generation of energy storage devices. "If we can harness these quantum properties more effectively," said Dr. Heinrich Müller, the lead researcher, "we could create energy storage systems that are not only more efficient but also have a much longer lifespan." The team was experimenting with different configurations of the crystals, using advanced nanotechnology to manipulate their structures at the atomic level. They were also exploring the use of quantum entanglement to enhance the energy transfer efficiency within the devices. In another part of the world, a group of scientists in Australia was focused on developing new medical applications inspired by the Atlantean understanding of energy flow. The Atlantean scrolls had hinted at the connection between the body's energy centers and overall health. "We believe that by understanding these energy flow patterns better," said Dr. Mei Ling Chen, "we can develop invasive diagnostic and treatment methods. The Australian team was using sophisticated imaging techniques to map the energy flow in the human body. They were also conducting clinical trials with patients suffering from chronic diseases, using Atlantean-inspired energy, balancing therapies to see if there were any improvements in their conditions. In the agricultural sector, the guidelines for large-scale organic farming based on Atlantean concepts were being implemented in more regions. However, there was a need for continuous improvement and adaptation. A group of farmers and agricultural experts in South America was working on optimizing the crop rotation and intercropping systems. We've noticed that some of the crop combinations work better in certain soil types and climates, said farmer Juan Ramirez. We're conducting field trials to fine-tune these systems and make them more resilient to local conditions. The group was also exploring the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning to predict the best farming practices based on real-time data from the fields. This would help farmers make more informed decisions and maximize the benefits of the Atlantean-inspired agricultural methods. The educational programs based on the Atlantean wisdom were also evolving. The modular curriculum developed earlier was being updated to include the latest research findings and practical applications. Elara and the team of educators were also focusing on making the curriculum more engaging for students. We're incorporating more storytelling elements, said educator Lisa Nguyen. By presenting the Atlantean wisdom through interesting stories and case studies, we can make it more relatable to the students. They were also developing educational games and simulations that would allow students to experience the application of Atlantean principles in a virtual environment. This hands-on approach was expected to enhance the learning experience and make the students more passionate about the subject. As the movement continued to grow, there was a need for a central repository of knowledge. Elara and her team decided to establish a global Atlantean Knowledge Institute. The institute would house all the translated scrolls, research findings, case studies, and educational materials related to the Atlantean wisdom. The construction of the institute was a massive undertaking. It required funding, land, and a team of experts to manage and curate the knowledge. Elara reached out to governments, international organizations, and private donors for support. This institute will be a beacon of knowledge, she said. It will be a place where people from all over the world can come to learn, research, and contribute to the spread of the Atlantean wisdom. Many governments and organizations pledged their support. Some donated funds, while others offered land and resources. The project was given a prime location in a major international city, and construction soon began. The cultural exchange programs, which had been successful in integrating the Atlantean wisdom into different cultures, were now being expanded. Elara and the cultural experts were working on creating a global cultural atlas. This atlas will showcase how the Atlantean wisdom has been adapted and integrated into various cultures around the world, said cultural anthropologist Dr. Fatima Ahmed. The atlas would include stories, artworks, and traditions from different communities, highlighting the rich diversity of the movement. It would also serve as a tool for promoting cross-cultural understanding and collaboration. Back in the village, the residents were actively involved in contributing to the growth of the movement. They were sharing their experiences with visitors from around the world, and many of them had become ambassadors of the Atlantean wisdom. The village had also become a testing ground for new ideas and innovations related to the Atlantean knowledge. One day, a young inventor in the village, Tomas, came up with an idea for a new type of energy harvesting device. I was thinking about how we could make the energy capture devices more accessible and affordable, he said. So, I designed a simple, portable device that can be used in remote areas. Tomas's device was based on a simplified version of the crystal-based energy capture technology. It was easy to assemble and operate, making it suitable for communities with limited resources. Elara and the experts at the village were excited about this innovation. They helped Tomas refine his design and apply for a patent. As time passed, the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute was nearing completion. The international regulations were being more widely adopted, and the scientific, agricultural, and educational advancements were making headlines around the world. The cultural exchange programs and the Global Cultural Atlas were promoting a sense of unity and shared purpose among different cultures. Elara, looking at the progress of the movement, felt a deep sense of fulfillment. "We've come so far," she said to Lumos. "But there's still so much more we can do. The Atlantean wisdom has the potential to transform every aspect of our lives, and we need to keep pushing forward." The movement had indeed reached new heights, but Elara knew that there were still challenges ahead. There were still parts of the world that had not fully embraced the Atlantean wisdom, and there were always new scientific, social, and political hurdles to overcome. But with the support of the global community, the wisdom of the Atlanteans, and the indomitable spirit of those involved in the movement, she was confident that they could continue to make a positive impact on the world. As the sun rose over the village on a new day, Elara set out on another journey. She was headed to the site of the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute to oversee its final preparations. She knew that this was just another step in the long-term mission to spread the Atlantean wisdom and create a more sustainable, harmonious, and enlightened world. And as she walked, she carried with her the hopes and dreams of a global movement, ready to face whatever the future held. Chapter 10: The Legacy Cemented. a world transformed by Atlantean wisdom. The completion of the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute marked a significant milestone in the global movement inspired by the Atlantean wisdom. The imposing structure, a blend of modern architecture and Atlantean-inspired design elements, stood as a symbol of the unity of knowledge and the shared vision for a better world. The institute was inaugurated with great fanfare. Delegates from all corners of the globe, including scientists, politicians, educators, and representatives from various cultures, gathered to witness this momentous occasion. Elara, the driving force behind the movement, stood on the grand stage, looking out at the sea of faces. "Today," she began, her voice filled with pride and emotion, "we open the doors to a place that will serve as the heart of the Atlantean wisdom movement. Here, knowledge will be shared, research will thrive, and the seeds of a sustainable future will continue to be sown." The interior of the institute was a wonder to behold. The main hall was adorned with large, illuminated replicas of the Atlantean symbols found on the scrolls. The walls were lined with touch-screen displays that presented the history of the discovery of the Atlantean wisdom, from Elara's initial encounter with the mysterious map to the global initiatives that had followed. The library within the institute was a vast repository of knowledge. It housed not only the original translated scrolls but also countless research papers, case studies, and educational materials from around the world. Scientists from different disciplines flocked to the institute, eager to delve into the wealth of information and collaborate on new projects. Dr. Heinrich Müller, who had been working on the new generation of energy storage devices, was one of the first to utilize the institute's resources. "This place is a game changer," he said. "The access to a comprehensive collection of Atlantean knowledge and the opportunity to work with researchers from diverse backgrounds will accelerate our progress." In the energy sector, the new energy storage devices based on the quantum mechanical properties of the crystals were starting to be commercialized. The devices, with their enhanced efficiency and longer lifespan, were being hailed as a breakthrough. They were being installed in power plants, electric vehicles, and even in residential homes, marking a significant shift towards a more sustainable energy future. In the agricultural fields, the optimized crop rotation and intercropping systems, along with the use of AI-driven farming practices, were leading to a revolution in food production. Farmers around the world were reporting higher yields, improved soil health, and a reduced environmental impact. The Atlantean-inspired agricultural methods were no longer seen as experimental but as the new standard for sustainable farming. The educational programs, with their engaging curriculum and innovative teaching methods, were having a profound impact on the younger generation. Students were not only learning about the technical aspects of the Atlantean wisdom but also internalizing its values of harmony with nature, social responsibility, and global cooperation. In a school in North America, a student named Maya shared her experience. Before learning about the Atlantean wisdom, I never thought about how my actions could impact the environment and the world around me. Now, I'm inspired to be a part of the solution, to use this knowledge to make a positive difference. The cultural exchange programs, complemented by the Global Cultural Atlas, had created a rich tapestry of cross-cultural understanding. Different cultures were not only incorporating Atlantean-inspired elements but also sharing their own unique perspectives and traditions, creating a harmonious blend of old and new. In an African country, a traditional dance troupe had incorporated movements inspired by the Atlantean concept of energy flow into their performances. It's amazing how these ancient ideas can blend so seamlessly with our own culture, said the troupe's leader. It gives our art a new depth and a universal appeal. However, the movement was not without its remaining challenges. Despite the widespread adoption of the international regulations, there were still some rogue elements trying to exploit the Atlantean-inspired technologies for personal gain. A group of black market dealers was discovered trying to sell counterfeit crystal-based energy capture devices. Elara, along with the international task force established to enforce the regulations, worked swiftly to shut down this illegal operation. "We can't let a few bad actors undermine the progress we've made," she said. "The integrity of the Atlantean wisdom and its applications must be protected." In the medical field, while the research on Atlantean-inspired energy balancing therapies was showing promise, there were still regulatory hurdles to overcome. The medical establishment, in some regions, was hesitant to accept these new treatment methods without extensive clinical trials. Dr. Mei Ling Chen and her team were working tirelessly to conduct more in-depth studies. "We understand the need for scientific rigor," she said. "But we also believe that these therapies have the potential to revolutionize healthcare. We're committed to providing the evidence needed to gain wider acceptance." As the years passed, the impact of the Atlantean wisdom became even more profound. The world was gradually transforming into a more sustainable, harmonious place. The global economy was shifting towards a more circular and environmentally friendly model, with industries adopting Atlantean-inspired principles of resource conservation and efficient use. Cities were being redesigned to be more sustainable, with green spaces, energy efficient buildings, and integrated public transportation systems. The concept of smart cities inspired by Atlantean ideas of balance and functionality was becoming a reality. Elara, now an elder stateswoman in the movement, continued to be actively involved. She traveled the world, sharing her experiences and inspiring the next generation of leaders. Her cottage in the village, where it all began, had become a place of pilgrimage for those interested in the Atlantean wisdom. One day, a young researcher named Alex visited the village. "Ms. Elara, your journey has been an inspiration to me," he said. "I want to continue the work you've started, to further explore the depths of the Atlantean wisdom." Elara smiled warmly. "I'm glad to hear that, Alex. The Atlantean wisdom is like an endless well of knowledge. There's always more to discover, more ways to apply it for the betterment of humanity and the planet." As the world continued to evolve under the influence of the Atlantean wisdom, new challenges and opportunities emerged. Scientists were exploring the potential of the Atlantean knowledge in areas such as space exploration, climate engineering, and artificial intelligence. In space exploration, the understanding of cosmic energy flow from the Atlantean scrolls was being studied to develop new propulsion systems. "If we can harness cosmic energy as the Atlanteans seem to imply," said Dr. Isabella Rodriguez, a leading astrophysicist, "we could revolutionize space travel, making it more efficient and accessible." In climate engineering, the Atlantean concepts of environmental balance were being used to develop strategies to mitigate the effects of climate change. Scientists were looking at ways to restore damaged ecosystems, regulate weather patterns, and reduce the carbon footprint of human activities. The integration of Atlantean wisdom into artificial intelligence was also a burgeoning field. Researchers were exploring how the Atlantean values of harmony, balance, and ethical use of knowledge could be programmed into AI systems. "We want to create AI that is not only intelligent but also has a sense of responsibility towards humanity and the environment," said Dr. Ethan Kim, an AI researcher. Elara watched with pride as the movement she had started continued to grow and adapt. The Atlantean wisdom had become an integral part of the global consciousness, guiding humanity towards a future that was more sustainable, just, and enlightened. One evening, as she sat on the porch of her cottage, looking out at the now familiar landscape of the village, she reflected on the journey. Lumos, who had been by her side through it all, lay at her feet. "We've accomplished so much," she said softly. "But the journey is never truly over. There will always be new horizons to explore, new challenges to face, and new ways to spread the light of the Atlantean wisdom." And as the stars began to appear in the sky, Elara knew that the legacy of the Atlantean wisdom would continue to shine bright, guiding humanity for generations to come. The world had been transformed, and it was a transformation that was still ongoing, driven by the timeless wisdom of a lost civilization and the dedication of people like Elara and her global community of supporters. Chapter 11: Beyond Borders, Expanding the Horizons of Atlantean Influence. The world, under the profound influence of Atlantean wisdom, was in a state of continuous evolution. Elara, though now a respected elder in the movement, still felt the fire of passion burning within her. She witnessed the far-reaching impact of the Atlantean knowledge on various aspects of human life, but she also saw the potential for even greater expansion beyond the current frontiers. The success of the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute had spurred a new wave of research and innovation. Scientists from different fields were collaborating in ways never seen before, all united by the common goal of further exploring and applying the Atlantean wisdom. In the Institute's vast research laboratories, teams were delving into uncharted territories. One such team was focused on the intersection of Atlantean wisdom and biotechnology. Dr. Amara Singh, a leading biologist, was leading the charge. The Atlantean scrolls contain some fascinating insights into the energy and life force of living organisms, she explained. We believe there's a hidden potential here to revolutionize medicine and agriculture at a cellular level. The team was conducting experiments to understand how the energy flow patterns described in the Atlantean texts interacted with DNA. They hypothesized that by manipulating these energy fields, they could enhance the natural healing processes of the body and even modify plant genomes in a more sustainable way. Using advanced microscopy and energy sensing devices, they were able to detect subtle energy fluctuations around cells. In another part of the institute, a group of engineers and mathematicians was working on applying Atlantean principles to urban infrastructure. We want to create cities that are not just sustainable but also self-regulating, said Dr. J. Gupta. The Atlanteans had a deep understanding of balance and harmony, and we believe we can translate that into our built environment. They were developing algorithms based on Atlantean concepts to manage traffic flow, energy distribution, and waste management in cities. These algorithms would take into account the interconnectedness of different systems, ensuring that each aspect of the city's operation worked in harmony with the others. For example, instead of having separate systems for energy production, consumption, and waste disposal, they aimed to create a unified system where waste could be converted into energy, which could then be used to power the city's infrastructure. The educational impact of the Atlantean wisdom was also spreading far and wide. Schools and universities around the world were not only incorporating the Atlantean-inspired curriculum but also using it as a basis for developing new teaching methodologies. In a small village in South Asia, a teacher named Priya was using storytelling and hands-on projects to teach her students about Atlantean inspired environmental conservation. I tell them stories about the Atlantean way of life, how they respected nature and used its resources wisely, Priya said. Then, we go out into the fields and start small projects, like creating compost pits or planting native trees. The students are more engaged and aware of their role in protecting the environment. As the influence of Atlantean wisdom grew, it also began to seep into international relations. Countries that had once been rivals were now finding common ground through their shared interest in the Atlantean knowledge. International cooperation was no longer just about trade and security but also about the joint exploration and application of this ancient wisdom. A summit was organized by the United Nations to discuss the global implications of the Atlantean-inspired developments. Delegates from all member states gathered to share their experiences and plans. Elara was invited as a keynote speaker. The Atlantean wisdom has the power to break down the barriers that divide us, she told the assembly. It offers a common vision of a sustainable, harmonious world, and it's up to us to build on this foundation. During the summit, various initiatives were proposed. One of the most significant was the creation of a global fund dedicated to the research, development, and implementation of Atlantean-inspired projects in developing countries. The fund would be financed by contributions from developed nations, international organizations, and private donors. Another initiative was the establishment of an international network of Atlantean-inspired research centers. These centers would be located in different regions of the world, each focusing on a specific aspect of the Atlantean wisdom, such as energy, agriculture, or cultural integration. The network would facilitate the exchange of knowledge, resources, and expertise among the centers. However, as with any large-scale movement, there were also those who were resistant to the changes brought about by the Atlantean wisdom. Some traditional industries, such as the fossil fuel sector, were facing significant disruptions. The owners of these industries were lobbying against the further spread of Atlantean-inspired energy technologies, fearing a loss of their economic power. Elara and her allies in the movement knew they had to address these concerns. They engaged in dialogue with the representatives of these industries, presenting them with alternative business models based on the Atlantean principles of sustainable development. There's a new world of opportunities emerging, Elara told them. You can be a part of this transition, rather than fighting against it. For example, you could invest in the development of clean energy infrastructure or the recycling of old energy-related materials. In the cultural sphere, while the integration of Atlantean wisdom had been largely successful, there were still some cultural purists who were concerned about the dilution of their traditional values. In a European country, a group of artists and intellectuals was protesting against the incorporation of Atlantean-inspired elements into their national art forms. Elara met with this group to understand their concerns. The Atlantean wisdom is not about replacing your culture but about enriching it, she said. It offers new perspectives and ideas that can enhance the creativity and depth of your art. Look at how other cultures have embraced it and created something truly unique. After the meeting, the group started to see the value in Elara's words. They began to explore how they could incorporate Atlantean-inspired themes into their art in a way that respected their cultural heritage. As the movement continued to expand, Elara also focused on the younger generation. She established a scholarship program in the name of Lumos, her faithful companion. The scholarship was aimed at young people from all over the world who showed a passion for the Atlantean wisdom and a commitment to using it for the betterment of society. One of the scholarship recipients, a young woman named Aiko from Japan, was studying environmental engineering. Thanks to this scholarship, I can pursue my dream of applying Atlantean-inspired solutions to environmental problems in my country, Aiko said. I want to build sustainable infrastructure that will not only protect the environment but also improve the quality of life for everyone. Back in the village where it all began, the community was thriving. The village had become a model of sustainable living, attracting visitors from all over the world. The residents were not only proud of their role in the global movement but also actively involved in sharing their experiences and knowledge. The fields around the village were now showcases of Atlantean-inspired agriculture. The crops were grown using a combination of natural fertilizers, precision irrigation based on energy, flow sensing, and companion planting techniques. The village was also self-sufficient in energy, with a network of advanced crystal-based energy capture devices and efficient energy storage systems. Elara, as she walked through the village, was filled with a sense of fulfillment. She saw the children playing in the green spaces, learning about the Atlantean wisdom from their elders. She saw the farmers working in the fields, using their knowledge to create a bountiful harvest. And she saw the visitors, coming with open minds and leaving with a new understanding of the possibilities that the Atlantean wisdom offered. As the sun set over the village, casting a warm glow over the landscape, Elara knew that the journey of spreading the Atlantean wisdom was far from over. There were still many challenges to overcome, many new frontiers to explore. But she was confident that with the support of the global community, especially the younger generation, the Atlantean wisdom would continue to shape a better world. She looked up at the sky, where the first stars were starting to appear. The future is full of possibilities, she whispered to herself. And the Atlantean wisdom will be the guiding star, leading us towards a more sustainable, harmonious, and enlightened future. And with that thought, she headed back to her cottage, ready to face the new challenges and opportunities that awaited in the morning. Chapter 12: The Cosmic Connection, unveiling the deeper mysteries of Atlantean wisdom. The global movement founded upon the Atlantean wisdom had blossomed into a force that was reshaping the very fabric of human society. Elara, having witnessed the far-reaching impact across various sectors, felt an increasing pull towards exploring the more esoteric and cosmic aspects of the Atlantean knowledge. The Atlantean scrolls, while already a wellspring of wisdom on earthly matters, seemed to hint at a deeper, cosmic connection that had yet to be fully unearthed. At the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute, a new research initiative was launched, focusing specifically on deciphering these cosmic mysteries. A team of interdisciplinary scholars, including astrophysicists, metaphysicists, and ancient text experts, gathered to embark on this ambitious endeavor. Dr. Orion Black, an astrophysicist with a penchant for the unknown, was at the helm of the project. The Atlantean scrolls make repeated references to a cosmic energy web that connects all things, Dr. Black explained. We believe that understanding this concept could revolutionize our understanding of the universe and our place in it. The team began by poring over the most ancient and cryptic of the Atlantean scrolls. These scrolls, written in a dialect that was even more archaic than the ones previously translated, required painstaking effort to decipher. The ancient text experts used a combination of advanced language analysis software and their deep knowledge of Atlantean linguistics to make sense of the symbols and words. As they made progress, they discovered that the Atlantean concept of the cosmic energy web was not just a philosophical idea but had practical implications. According to the scrolls, this energy web could be tapped into for various purposes, from enhancing human consciousness to influencing the behavior of celestial bodies. In the field of astrophysics, this led to some groundbreaking hypotheses. Dr. Black and his colleagues proposed that the unique quantum mechanical properties of the crystals used in Atlantean inspired energy capture devices were, in fact, a result of their interaction with the cosmic energy web. They theorized that by understanding this interaction better, they could develop technologies to harness cosmic energy on a much larger scale. To test these hypotheses, the team designed a series of experiments. They built a special observatory on a remote mountaintop, equipped with state-of-the-art telescopes and energy sensing devices. The telescopes were used to observe celestial events, while the energy sensing devices were calibrated to detect any subtle energy fluctuations that could be linked to the cosmic energy web. Meanwhile, in the realm of human consciousness, Another group of researchers was exploring how the cosmic energy web could be used to enhance mental capabilities. Dr. Serafina White, a metaphysicist, led this research. The Atlanteans believed that by aligning our consciousness with the cosmic energy web, we could access higher states of awareness, she said. Her team was conducting a series of meditation-based experiments. Volunteers were trained in a special form of meditation inspired by the Atlantean texts. During these meditation sessions, the volunteers wore devices that monitored their brainwaves and energy fields. The initial results were astonishing. Some volunteers reported experiencing a profound sense of interconnectedness with the universe, and the brainwave data showed patterns that were previously unrecorded. The educational aspect of this new discovery was also significant. Schools and universities around the world began to incorporate courses on the cosmic aspects of Atlantean wisdom into their curricula. Students were taught about the cosmic energy web, its potential applications, and how it related to the broader Atlantean philosophy. In a classroom in Australia, a young student named Kai was intrigued by the concept. Learning about the cosmic energy web makes me feel like there's so much more to the universe than we can see, Kai said. It's like we're all part of this huge, interconnected network, and understanding it could change the way we live our lives. As news of these discoveries spread, it also caught the attention of the general public. There was a growing interest in the cosmic aspects of Atlantean wisdom, and people from all walks of life were eager to learn more. This led to the creation of a series of public lectures and workshops, where experts like Dr. Black and Dr. White shared their findings with the masses. However, not everyone was receptive to these new ideas. Some traditional scientists were skeptical about the existence of the cosmic energy web, dismissing it as mere speculation. There's no empirical evidence to support these claims, said Dr. Carlton Reed, a well-known physicist. We need more than just ancient texts to prove the existence of such a far-reaching cosmic concept. Elara, aware of these concerns, encouraged the research team to continue their work and gather more evidence. We need to approach this with an open mind but also with scientific rigor, she told them. The Atlantean wisdom has always been ahead of its time, and we need to prove the validity of these concepts in a way that the scientific community can accept. In the cultural sphere, the idea of the cosmic energy web was inspiring a new wave of art and literature. Artists were creating works that depicted the interconnectedness of all things, using the concept of the cosmic energy web as a source of inspiration. Writers were penning novels and poems that explored the philosophical and spiritual implications of this new understanding. In a gallery in Paris, an exhibition of paintings titled The Cosmic Web was attracting large crowds. The paintings, created by artists from around the world, showed vivid depictions of the cosmic energy web, with its glowing threads connecting planets, stars, and living beings. This concept has opened up a whole new world of creativity for me, said one of the artists, Anaïs Dupont. It makes me realize the beauty and complexity of the universe in a way I never thought possible. Back in the village, the residents were also intrigued by the new discoveries. They held community discussions about the cosmic energy web, sharing their own interpretations and ideas. The village, which had always been at the heart of the Atlantean wisdom movement, now became a place of spiritual exploration as well. Elara, as she participated in these discussions, was reminded of the humble beginnings of the movement. "We started with a simple map and a thirst for knowledge," she said. "And now, we're on the verge of uncovering some of the most profound secrets of the universe. It's a journey that's full of wonder and possibility." As the research on the cosmic energy web continued, there were also practical implications for the existing Atlantean-inspired technologies. The understanding of the cosmic energy web could potentially lead to improvements in energy capture devices, making them even more efficient. It could also enhance the effectiveness of the Atlantean-inspired medical therapies, as the connection between human energy fields and the cosmic energy web became clearer. One day, while observing the data from the mountaintop observatory, Dr. Black made a significant discovery. He noticed a pattern in the energy fluctuations that seemed to correspond to the phases of a rare celestial alignment. Could this be evidence of the cosmic energy web in action? Excitedly, he called a meeting of the research team. "This could be the breakthrough we've been waiting for," he told them. "If we can establish a link between these celestial events and the energy fluctuations, it could provide concrete evidence for the existence of the cosmic energy web." The team immediately began to analyze the data in more detail. They compared the energy fluctuation patterns with historical records of celestial alignments and found more correlations. This discovery was a major step forward in their quest to prove the existence of the cosmic energy web. As the sun set over the observatory, Dr. Black looked out at the horizon, filled with a sense of excitement and anticipation. "We're on the brink of something big," he said to his colleagues. "The secrets of the Atlantean wisdom are slowly but surely being revealed, and they have the potential to change our understanding of the universe forever." Elara, back in the village, received the news with great joy. She knew that this discovery would not only strengthen the scientific basis of the Atlantean wisdom movement but also open up new avenues for exploration and innovation. The journey to uncover the deeper mysteries of the Atlantean wisdom was far from over, but with each new discovery, they were getting closer to unlocking the full potential of this ancient knowledge. And as the night deepened, she looked up at the stars, wondering what other secrets the cosmic energy web held, ready to support the ongoing research and see where it would lead humanity next. Chapter 13: Challenges and Controversies in the Cosmic Realm. The discovery of the potential link between celestial events and the energy fluctuations related to the Atlantean proposed cosmic energy web sent shockwaves through the scientific and global community. While it was a significant step forward for those dedicated to uncovering the deeper mysteries of Atlantean wisdom, it also brought a host of new challenges and controversies. The scientific community was divided. On one hand, there were those who were excited about the prospects of a new understanding of the universe. Dr. Amelia Stone, an esteemed cosmologist, stated, "This could be a revolutionary concept. If the cosmic energy web is real, it could rewrite our textbooks on astrophysics, explaining phenomena that have puzzled us for centuries." Her team began to collaborate with Dr. Black's group at the observatory, using their advanced simulation models to further explore the implications of the cosmic energy web on large-scale cosmic structures. However, there was also strong opposition. Traditionalists in the scientific community argued that the evidence was still circumstantial. Dr. Henry Grant, a tenured physicist with a long-standing reputation, was vocal in his criticism. "We can't base such far-reaching theories on a few observed energy fluctuations and interpretations of ancient texts. There's no established physical mechanism to explain how this cosmic energy web would function." He led a group of scientists who demanded more conclusive evidence before they would even consider the concept seriously. The controversy wasn't limited to the scientific community. Politicians and policymakers also got involved. Some saw the potential of the cosmic energy web as a new source of power and influence. In a major political summit, representatives from several powerful nations debated the implications of this discovery. A diplomat from a resource-hungry country proposed, "If we can harness this cosmic energy web, it could give our nation an edge in the global energy race." This statement sparked concerns among other countries, worried about the potential for a new form of resource-based conflict. Elara, as a key figure in the Atlantean wisdom movement, found herself in the middle of these debates. She called for a more balanced approach. The cosmic energy web, if it exists, is a gift to all of humanity. It should be explored and harnessed for the common good, not for the benefit of a few nations. We need to establish international guidelines and regulations to ensure fairness and prevent any form of exploitation. In the religious and spiritual communities, the concept of the cosmic energy web also stirred up a storm. Some religious leaders saw it as a confirmation of their long-held beliefs about the interconnectedness of all things. In a large inter-faith conference, A Buddhist monk commented, "This idea of the cosmic energy web resonates deeply with our teachings of interdependence. It could be a bridge that unites different spiritual paths." On the other hand, some conservative religious groups were wary. They feared that the scientific exploration of the cosmic energy web was an overstep into the realm of the divine. A fundamentalist preacher warned, "This is an attempt to explain away the mysteries of creation with science. We should stick to our religious doctrines and not be led astray by these new, fangled ideas." The media, too, played a significant role in shaping public opinion. Sensationalist headlines about cosmic power grabs and ancient mysteries unraveled filled the airwaves and newspapers. Some media outlets were quick to jump on the bandwagon, promoting the idea of the cosmic energy web as the next big thing, while others were more skeptical, highlighting the lack of conclusive evidence. In the face of these challenges and controversies, the research team at the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute redoubled their efforts. They designed more sophisticated experiments to detect and measure the cosmic energy web. Dr. Black proposed building a network of observatories around the world, each equipped with specialized sensors. By having a global network, we can get a more comprehensive view of these energy fluctuations and confirm their connection to celestial events, he explained. The team also delved deeper into the Atlantean scrolls, hoping to find more clues about the physical mechanisms of the cosmic energy web. The ancient text experts, working around the clock, discovered some additional symbols and descriptions that seemed to point towards a form of cosmic resonance. According to their interpretation, certain frequencies within the cosmic energy web could be tuned into, either to enhance energy transfer or to influence specific cosmic processes. In the educational field, the controversy led to a re-evaluation of the curriculum. Schools and universities had to decide how to present the concept of the cosmic energy web to students. Some institutions decided to teach it as a hypothesis, encouraging students to think critically about the evidence. Others, more convinced of its potential, integrated it more fully into their science and philosophy courses. A high school teacher named Mr. Thompson in the United States decided to use the controversy as a teaching opportunity. "I'm presenting both sides of the argument to my students," he said. "This way, they can learn how scientific debates work and form their own opinions based on evidence and reasoning." As the public became more aware of the controversy, there was a ground-up movement among citizens to demand transparency and ethical guidelines. Grassroots organizations formed, calling for international cooperation in the exploration of the cosmic energy web. They organized protests and petitions, demanding that politicians and scientists work together to ensure that the potential of the cosmic energy web was used for the betterment of humanity. Back in the village, The residents watched these developments with a mix of concern and hope. They had seen the positive impact of Atlantean wisdom on their lives and were worried that the controversy could derail the progress. Elara, during a community meeting, tried to reassure them. "We've faced challenges before, and we've overcome them. This time is no different. The truth of the Atlantean wisdom will prevail, but we need to be patient and keep working together." The controversy also had an impact on the cultural landscape. Artists, writers, and filmmakers were inspired to create works that explored the different perspectives on the cosmic energy web. A science fiction film was released, depicting a future where nations were at war over the control of the cosmic energy web, while at the same time, a group of scientists and spiritual leaders were working together to find a peaceful solution. In the business world, some entrepreneurs saw an opportunity in the controversy. There was a rush of startups claiming to have developed technologies related to the cosmic energy web. However, most of these were quickly debunked as scams, further fueling the skepticism among the general public. As the situation became more complex, Elara realized that she needed to take a more active role in mediating between the different parties. She organized a series of international conferences, inviting scientists, politicians, religious leaders, and representatives from the public to come together and discuss the future of the cosmic energy web research. At the first conference, tensions were high. Scientists argued with religious leaders, and politicians debated over resource allocation. But as the days went by, through open-minded discussions and presentations of new evidence, a glimmer of hope emerged. The different parties began to see the value of working together. A scientist from a developing country proposed a collaborative research project that would involve scientists from all over the world, regardless of their initial stance on the cosmic energy web. Politicians started to discuss the framework for international cooperation and regulation. Religious leaders offered their spiritual insights, suggesting ways to approach the exploration of the cosmic energy web with respect and humility. As the conference came to an end, Elara stood on the stage, looking out at the participants. "We've taken the first step towards resolving these challenges," she said. "The road ahead is still long, but I believe that by working together, we can uncover the truth about the cosmic energy web and use it to create a better world." The sun was setting outside the conference hall, casting a warm glow over the city. Elara knew that the future of the Atlantean wisdom movement, especially in the context of the cosmic energy web, was still uncertain. But she was hopeful that the seeds of cooperation sown at the conference would grow into something great. And as she walked out of the hall, she was determined to continue her efforts to ensure that the exploration of the cosmic energy web was a journey towards enlightenment and progress for all of humanity. Chapter 14. uniting forces, forging ahead with cosmic research. The international conferences organized by Elara had sown the seeds of cooperation, and now, it was time to nurture these seeds and transform them into tangible progress. The scientific, political, religious, and public sectors, having started to understand the importance of working together, began to form alliances and initiatives centered around the research of the cosmic energy web. The scientific community, once divided, now rallied around the proposed global observatory network. Scientists from different countries, with varying initial stances on the cosmic energy web, came together to design and build the observatories. Dr. Black, along with his team, coordinated with experts in astronomy, engineering, and material science. They aimed to create a network of state-of-the-art facilities that could accurately detect, measure, and analyze the energy fluctuations associated with the cosmic energy web. In Asia, a team of engineers was tasked with constructing a large-scale observatory in the Himalayas. The high-altitude location was ideal for minimizing atmospheric interference. Building an observatory at this altitude is no easy feat, said Dr. Lin, the lead engineer. But the potential rewards are worth the effort. We're using advanced construction materials and techniques to ensure the stability and functionality of the observatory. Meanwhile, in South America, a group of astronomers was developing the software and algorithms to process the vast amounts of data that the observatories would generate. We need to create a system that can analyze the energy fluctuation data in real time, explained Dr. Hernandez. This will help us identify patterns and correlations with celestial events more efficiently. The political front also saw significant developments. The international community, through diplomatic efforts, started to draft a comprehensive set of regulations for the exploration and potential utilization of the cosmic energy web. A special committee was formed, consisting of representatives from various countries, to ensure that the regulations were fair, inclusive, and focused on the common good. A diplomat from a small island nation, which was particularly vulnerable to the impacts of unregulated resource exploitation, emphasized the need for strict environmental and ethical guidelines. We can't afford to have a repeat of the mistakes made in the past with earthly resources, he said. The cosmic energy web, if harnessed, should be used in a way that benefits all, especially those most in need. In the religious and spiritual communities, inter-faith dialogues continued to take place. The initial fears and skepticism had given way to a more open-minded approach. Religious leaders from different faiths were now sharing their spiritual insights on the concept of the cosmic energy web, finding common ground in the idea of a universal interconnectedness. A group of Christian, Muslim, and Hindu scholars came together to write a joint statement. Our different religious traditions all speak of a higher power and the interconnectedness of all creation, they wrote. The exploration of the cosmic energy web can be seen as a scientific endeavor to understand this divine interconnectedness better. We should support this research with a spirit of unity and cooperation. The public, too, was actively involved in the movement. Grassroots organizations continued to raise awareness about the importance of ethical research and the equitable distribution of the benefits of the cosmic energy web. They organized public outreach programs, such as community workshops and online seminars, to educate people about the ongoing research and its potential implications. In a small town in Europe, a group of volunteers organized a weekend-long workshop. We want people to be informed and engaged, said one of the organizers, Maria. By understanding the science, politics, and spiritual aspects of the cosmic energy web, the public can hold the scientific and political communities accountable. Back at the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute, the research on the Atlantean scrolls continued. The ancient text experts, having made initial progress in deciphering the symbols related to cosmic resonance, now focused on understanding how to achieve this resonance in a practical sense. They discovered that certain geometric patterns, described in the scrolls, were believed to be key to tuning into the cosmic energy web. These geometric patterns might act as a kind of cosmic antenna, theorized Dr. Singh, an expert in ancient cultures. By creating physical structures or even using them in meditation, we could potentially enhance our connection to the cosmic energy web. The educational institutions also adapted to the new collaborative environment. Universities around the world established joint research programs and exchange student initiatives focused on the cosmic energy web. Students from different countries were now able to study and work together, bringing diverse perspectives to the research. A student named Li from China, studying at a university in the United States, was part of one such exchange program. It's amazing to work with students from different backgrounds, Li said. We all bring our own ideas and knowledge, which helps us approach the research on the cosmic energy web from multiple angles. As the construction of the observatory network neared completion, the first round of data collection began. The sensors, carefully calibrated to detect the subtle energy fluctuations, started to send data to the central processing units. The scientists, filled with anticipation, began to analyze the data. The initial results were promising. They detected a series of energy fluctuations that seemed to follow a pattern related to the rotation of distant galaxies. Dr. Black, looking at the data, was excited. This could be a major breakthrough. If we can confirm this correlation, it would provide strong evidence for the existence of the cosmic energy web. However, there were still some anomalies in the data. Some energy fluctuations did not seem to fit the expected patterns. This led to further discussions and debates among the scientists. "We need to dig deeper," said Dr. Stone. "These anomalies could either be a sign of our incomplete understanding or something completely new and unexpected about the cosmic energy web." The research team also started to explore the practical applications of the cosmic energy web, based on their growing understanding. They hypothesized that if they could harness the cosmic energy web, it could revolutionize space travel. Imagine being able to use the energy from the cosmic energy web to power spaceships, Dr. Rodriguez, an aerospace engineer, said. "It could open up new frontiers in space exploration, allowing us to reach distant stars in a fraction of the time." In the medical field, the concept of cosmic resonance was being explored for potential therapeutic applications. Doctors and researchers were studying how the energy field manipulations related to cosmic resonance could be used to treat chronic diseases. "We know that the human body has its own energy fields," said Dr. Chen. "If we can align these with the cosmic energy web through resonance, it could have profound healing effects." As the research progressed, the different sectors continued to collaborate. The political regulations were being refined based on the latest scientific findings, and the religious and spiritual communities provided moral and ethical guidance. The public, through their continued support and awareness, ensured that the research remained focused on the common good. Elara, as she monitored the progress of the research, felt a sense of pride and hope. "We've come a long way since the initial controversy," she said. "The unity and cooperation among different sectors give me confidence that we're on the right track. The cosmic energy web holds so much potential, and I can't wait to see what new discoveries lie ahead." One evening, as Elara walked through the gardens of the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute, she reflected on the journey. The movement, which had started with a simple discovery in a forgotten library, had now grown into a global effort to understand the deepest mysteries of the universe. The stars above seemed to shine brighter, as if guiding them towards the next stage of their exploration. The challenges were still many, but the united front of the scientific, political, religious, and public sectors gave her the assurance that they could overcome any obstacle. And as she looked up at the night sky, she knew that the quest to unlock the secrets of the cosmic energy web was not just a scientific endeavor but a journey that could transform humanity's place in the universe. The research team, fueled by the initial promising results, continued to work tirelessly. The world watched with bated breath, eager to see what new revelations the exploration of the cosmic energy web would bring. And as the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, the story of the cosmic energy web was being written, one discovery at a time, with the hopes and dreams of humanity woven into its fabric. Epilogue: The Cosmic Ascent, a new era unfolds. The continuous exploration of the cosmic energy web, a journey that had united diverse sectors of humanity, was on the cusp of a momentous revelation. The data pouring in from the Global Observatory Network painted a picture that was both awe-inspiring and revolutionary. The scientists, after months of painstaking analysis, finally confirmed the existence of the cosmic energy web. The patterns in the energy fluctuations, which had initially seemed like mere anomalies or coincidences, now formed a coherent and intricate network that connected celestial bodies across the universe. Dr. Black, his eyes filled with excitement and a sense of accomplishment, announced the news to the world. "We have proof. The cosmic energy web is not just a theoretical concept but a fundamental aspect of the universe's structure." This discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community. It was a turning point, rewriting the textbooks on cosmology and astrophysics. The understanding of how the universe functioned at its most fundamental level was about to change forever. Scientists around the world immediately began to re-evaluate their existing theories, incorporating the concept of the cosmic energy web into their models. In the field of space exploration, the implications were profound. The aerospace engineering teams, inspired by the new understanding, started to design spacecraft that could harness the energy from the cosmic energy web. Dr. Rodriguez's vision of using this energy to revolutionize space travel was no longer a distant dream. The first prototypes of these new generation spaceships were being built, equipped with experimental energy capture devices designed to interact with the cosmic energy web. One such spaceship, named Cosmic Odyssey, was in the final stages of construction. It was a sleek, state-of-the-art vessel, designed to be the first of its kind to embark on a deep space mission powered by the cosmic energy web. The crew, consisting of some of the most brilliant astronauts and scientists, was undergoing rigorous training to operate the ship's advanced systems. On the political front, the international regulations regarding the cosmic energy web were finalized. The Special Committee, having considered the scientific findings and the input from all nations, established a framework that ensured the equitable use of this new-found resource. The regulations not only governed the exploration and harnessing of the cosmic energy web but also focused on its long-term conservation. A diplomat from a large nation emphasized the importance of these regulations. The cosmic energy web is a resource that belongs to all of humanity. These regulations will prevent any one nation or group from monopolizing it and ensure that its benefits are shared across the globe. The religious and spiritual communities also found a new sense of purpose in the discovery. The idea of a universal interconnectedness, which had been a central tenet of many faiths, was now supported by scientific evidence. Inter-faith dialogues became even more vibrant, with religious leaders using the concept of the cosmic energy web to promote unity and understanding among different religions. In a large international religious conference, a Buddhist monk shared his thoughts. The discovery of the cosmic energy web is a reminder that, regardless of our religious differences, we are all part of a greater whole. It is a call for us to come together and use this knowledge for the spiritual and material betterment of humanity. The public, having been an integral part of the journey, celebrated the discovery. The grassroots organizations that had advocated for ethical research and the common good now turned their focus towards ensuring that the benefits of the cosmic energy web were accessible to everyone. They organized campaigns to promote education about the cosmic energy web and its potential applications, reaching out to communities in remote areas. In a small village in Africa, a group of volunteers organized a series of workshops. They used simple, relatable examples to explain the concept of the cosmic energy web to the villagers. "We want everyone to understand how this discovery can improve their lives," said one of the volunteers, Ahmed. "Whether it's through new energy sources or better medical treatments, the cosmic energy web has something to offer." Back at the Global Atlantean Knowledge Institute, the research on the practical applications of the cosmic energy web continued at an accelerated pace. The medical research team, led by Dr. Chen, had made significant progress in understanding the therapeutic potential of cosmic resonance. They had conducted clinical trials on patients with chronic diseases, and the results were astonishing. Patients who had undergone treatments based on cosmic resonance techniques showed remarkable improvements. In some cases, diseases that were previously considered incurable were in remission. Dr. Chen was overjoyed. This is a medical breakthrough of epic proportions. The cosmic energy web holds the key to a new era of healthcare, one that focuses on holistic well-being and the balance of the body's energy fields. The educational system, too, underwent a major transformation. The discovery of the cosmic energy web was now an integral part of the curriculum in schools and universities worldwide. Students were not only learning about the scientific aspects but also the cultural, ethical, and spiritual implications. A young student named Lily, studying at a university, was excited about the new knowledge. "Learning about the cosmic energy web has opened my eyes to the vastness and complexity of the universe. It has also made me realize the importance of our role in protecting and using this knowledge wisely." As the Cosmic Odyssey prepared for its maiden voyage, the world watched with anticipation. The spaceship, a symbol of humanity's new found understanding of the universe, was about to embark on a journey that could open up new frontiers. The crew, led by Captain Maya, was ready to face the unknown. On the day of the launch, millions of people around the world tuned in to watch. The countdown began, and with a thunderous roar, the cosmic odyssey lifted off, soaring into the sky. As it reached the outer atmosphere, the energy capture devices on the ship activated, and to everyone's amazement, they began to interact with the cosmic energy web. The ship's speed increased exponentially, far surpassing the capabilities of any previous spacecraft. The crew, monitoring the systems, was in awe of the power they were harnessing. Captain Maya reported back to Earth, "We're entering a new era of space exploration. The cosmic energy web is everything we hoped for and more." As the cosmic odyssey disappeared into the vast expanse of space, Elara watched from the ground. Her journey, which had started with a simple map and a quest for knowledge, had led to this moment. She had witnessed the transformation of a small-scale discovery into a global movement that had united humanity and opened up new possibilities for the future. Looking back at the village where it all began, now a place of pilgrimage for those interested in the Atlantean wisdom, Elara felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The Atlantean wisdom, which had been hidden for centuries, had not only changed the world but had also given humanity a new perspective on its place in the universe. The world, now armed with the knowledge of the cosmic energy web, was on the brink of a new era. It was an era of limitless possibilities, where the boundaries of science, culture, and spirituality were being pushed further than ever before. The challenges that lay ahead were many, but the unity and cooperation that had been forged during the exploration of the cosmic energy web gave hope that humanity could face them with courage and wisdom. As the years passed, the discoveries and advancements continued. The cosmic energy web became an integral part of everyday life. New energy sources based on the cosmic energy web provided clean, sustainable power for the world. Medical treatments based on cosmic resonance became the standard, curing diseases and improving the quality of life for millions. Space exploration flourished, with humanity establishing colonies on distant planets and exploring the far reaches of the universe. The cultural exchange and understanding, inspired by the concept of the cosmic energy web, led to a more harmonious and unified global community. Elara, now an elder, was often visited by young people eager to hear the story of how it all began. She would sit on the porch of her cottage, surrounded by the beauty of the village, and share her experiences. The journey of the Atlantean wisdom and the discovery of the cosmic energy web is a story of human curiosity, determination, and unity, she would say. It is a story that will continue to be written, with each new generation adding their own chapter. And as the sun set over the village, casting a warm glow over the landscape, Elara knew that the legacy of the Atlantean wisdom and the cosmic energy web would live on. It was a legacy that would guide humanity towards a future filled with knowledge, progress, and harmony, a future where the cosmic ascent of humanity was only just beginning.